Hello everyone, welcome to Math Isip, where we make math easier to understand with our free Tagalog tutorials. If you are new here, subscribe po para updated tayo sa ating mga lessons. To my fellow teachers, if you are interested with our PowerPoint presentations, we offer editable PowerPoint products to save your time in your lesson preparation. You can check the links below or message us on Facebook. Alright, let's get started with our lesson for today. Ang title po ng lesson natin is Introduction to Probability. Experiments, sample space, simple events, and outcomes. Our objectives for today based on our learning competencies are the following. First, we will collect data from experiments. Second, express outcomes in words or symbols and represents outcome in tables or in graphs. And then lastly, we will be solving problems using the outcomes of experiments. Okay, so without further ado, let's now begin. Let's define first what is probability. Okay, since this is your first lesson in grade 7 on probability, we have to define the meaning of probability. Okay, first, probability is a branch of mathematics that studies uncertainty and chance. It deals with predicting possible outcomes of random events and is widely used in statistics, science, and real-life decision making. In short, probability is a measure of chance. Okay? So, meron po tayong diagram dito. So, the measurement can range from 0 to 1. Okay? Ang mini-measure po natin dito is yung chance. Kung gaano kalaki yung tsansa ng isang bagay ay mangyayari. So, it can be impossible because the measurement is 0, no? Or, it can be certain and the measurement is 1. Yun lang po yung range niya, from 0 to 1. So kapag dito naman po siya sa 0.25 or here are 1/4 around here, we can call it unlikely. No? Kapag gitna naman, we can say equally likely. 0.5 or 1/2 yung chance na mangyari. And then we also have likely, that is 0.75 or 3/4, no? Or somewhere around here, we can just call it likely. And then yung last po is yung certain or yung sure na mangyayari ang isang bagay. Now, for the real application of probability in our life, it can be from simple tossing of a coin up to predicting the weather. So, madami pa pong mga applications ang probability sa ating buhay and you are going to learn all this in the next grade levels. Pati po yung pag-compute ng probability. But for now, we will just be having introduction to probability, yung mga key terms, and how to determine the outcomes. Alright, the first key term here is the word experiment. Ano po ang experiment? An experiment is an action or process that leads to an outcome but the results cannot be precisely predicted. Okay, we have some examples here. Una, we have here tossing a coin. So pag nag-toss tayo ng coin, hindi po natin alam yung magiging result niya. What else? We have rolling a die. Pag nag-roll po tayo ng die, pwedeng madaming possibility yan na maging result or outcome. And then, drawing a card. We don't know what card we will be drawing from a deck of cards. Ito po lahat ay tinatawag nating experiment. Next, the keyword here is outcome. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng outcome? Outcome is a possible result of a single trial of an experiment. Okay? Halimbawa po, pag nag-toss or nag-flip tayo ng coin, the possible outcome here can be head or tail or yung likod po ng ating coin wherein makikita natin dito sa Pilipinas, we can read Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Yun po yung tail. And we are going to express it, the result, using some words like head or tail or symbols like H or T. Okay, the next key term here is the word sample space. Ano ang sample space? This is the set of all possible outcomes in an experiment. So gagamit po tayo ng notation, letter S, to represent sample space. Okay? Example po, we have here rolling a die. Ano po ba yung mga possible outcomes pag nag-roll tayo ng die? So we have here 6 possible outcomes. It can be a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if we're going to represent this using a sample space, gagamit na po tayo ng listing method. We will use listing or roster method. So ano po yan? Ganito po siya. Yung napag-aralan nyo dun sa topic natin about sets, we can make use of the capital letter S, yung notation po ng sample space, equals yung atin pong braces, and then sa loob is yung mga elements or yung mga outcomes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that represent the number of dots in our die. Okay, our last key term here is the word event. Okay? Gagamit po tayo ng notation E, capital letter E, to represent event. Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng event? Event means one or more outcomes of an experiment, a subset of the sample space. Okay, so galing po ito sa sample space. Example, we have here rolling a die and getting a 5. Okay, ibig sabihin, pag nag-roll ka ng die, there are 6 possible outcomes, pero getting a 5 is just one possible outcome. Okay, yun na po yung event. Next is rolling an even number on a die. Okay, so from a 6 outcomes, yung sample space po natin, ilan po doon ang even number? Okay, so we can have these 3. Okay, pwedeng 2, 4, and 6. Okay, yung mga naiwan po like 1, 3, and 5, hindi na po siya kasama dito because they are odd numbers. So, ang event lang po natin is yung mga even numbers. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, yun na po yung events. Now, ano pong tawag natin sa mga elements na nasa loob ng ating subset? Ang tawag po natin sa mga yan ay favorable outcomes. Okay? The elements of an event are called favorable outcomes. Yung 2, 4, and 6, yung 5, yun po yung mga favorable outcomes natin. Okay, let's practice these terms using this activity. Okay, identify natin yung experiment, yung outcome, yung sample space, and yung event in the following situations. Okay, so we will be answering this together. But if you want to try it on your own, pwede nyo naman pong i-pause ito and then you can just come back later. No? So let's have number 1. We have here a spinner consists of 3 colors. We have blue, red, and yellow. When spun, the result is blue. Okay, so i-identify po natin ano ang experiment. Okay, the experiment here is yung spinning the spinner. Okay, and outcome is blue, red, or yellow. Kahit alin po dito, pwedeng yun po yung magiging outcome niya. Now, if we're going to write the sample space, we have to do it in the listing or roster method. So we have here S is equal to blue, red, and yellow. Okay? And yung event, ano po yung specific na event na gusto nating mangyari? Sabi dito, when spun, the result is blue. So yun po yung event, getting a blue result. Alright? So how do we write it? We can also use the letter E to represent event. E is equal to blue. Next one, number 2, we have here drawing a card randomly from a box containing cards numbered 1 to 10 and getting a number that is more than 6. Okay, so ano po ang experiment dito? Okay, first experiment is drawing a card. Next, ano po yung mga pwedeng outcomes natin? Any number from 1 to 10. Yun po yung mga possibility, no? Results. Okay, and next for our sample space, we have here S is equal to the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And lastly, for our event, ano po yung specific na event natin dito? We have getting a number that is more than 6. Okay, so what are the elements of our event? We can use letter E is equal to the elements 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, ito naman po yung mga number na more than 6 doon sa ating card from 1 to 10. Okay? Okay, number 3, we have here a box contains mixed fruits and vegetables. We have apple, banana, eggplant, mango, cabbage, potato, orange, and grapes. A person picks one item at random. Now, he got a vegetable. So, ano po yung ating experiment? Picking an item from a box of mixed fruits and vegetables. Outcome, pwede pong getting a vegetable or a fruit. Okay? Lahat po ng mga nabanggit dyan, this can be the possible outcomes. And our sample space, we can identify or enumerate them one by one. So we have apple, banana, eggplant, mango, cabbage, potato, orange, and grapes. And for our event, he got a vegetable. So in our sample space, ano po ba dito yung mga vegetables? We have here eggplant. What else? Cabbage. Ano pa po? Potato. Okay. Okay, itong tatlong to lang po ang pwedeng maging element ng ating event. Okay, let's now proceed to the next part of our lesson, which is determining the outcomes of an experiments. So, magbibigay lang po ako ng mga examples para po i-discuss sa inyo kung paano kunin yung mga outcomes ng mga experiments. Okay, let's now proceed with the first example. Okay, we have here 2 fair coins are tossed. Determine the sample space of the experiment. Let A be the event where the coins turn up the same. What are the favorable outcomes for A? Okay, so dito po in our problem, we have here 2 coins na naitos. So let us determine yung mga outcomes by writing the sample space. And then yung event po natin dito is 2 coins have the same result. Okay? Ano po yung mga favorable outcomes natin for event A? So kanina po yung notation natin for event is letter E. Pero kung sa problem na specify po kung ano yung letter na gagamitin, or kung ano yung notation na gagamitin, we follow the notation. So here, A po yung ginamit. Okay, now, I'm going to discuss to you 2 methods. Dalawang methods po kung paano natin isusulat yung mga outcomes or paano natin i-express yung outcomes. The first method here is what we call systematic listing. Ano po ba ito? Ililista lang natin yung mga possible na results or outcomes. Halimbawa, 2 coin yung naitos, pwedeng ang possible outcome niyan is 2 head. Okay? Therefore, we can write here head and then head. Okay, ano pa po? Pwede ring isang head at saka isang tail. So, we have head and tail. Pwede rin pong 2 tail. So, we can write here tail and another tail. And then lastly, ano pa po yung hindi natin na isusulat? Yes, we can also have tail and head. Okay, tail and head. Ito lang po yung mga possible results or outcomes. Ito po yung tinatawag nating listing method or systematic listing. Meron po tayong sinusunod na pattern. Okay? Kaya po siya tinawag na systematic. Next one, we also have what we call the tree diagram method. Okay, ito po is gumagamit tayo ng visual representation to write the possible outcomes. Okay, so we can divide it into 2 parts. Yung una is first coin. No? Ano po yung possibility pag nag-toss tayo sa first coin? 2 lang po. We have H to represent head and then T, letter T to represent tail. Pwedeng head or tail lang siya. And then for the second coin, magba-branch out po yan. So yung una, pwedeng after head, masusundan po ulit ng either head or tail. Yung pangalawang coin, masusundan din po yan ng head or tail dito sa tail ng first coin. Okay? So para siyang tree, nagba-branch out lang siya. Therefore, our outcomes, we have here 2 head. Okay? Head, head. That's why we have here 2H. We can also have here head and tail. So, H and T. Next, pwede rin pong tail and H or tail and head. So, we have TH. And then lastly, we can have tail and tail. Okay? So, ito po yung 2 method on how to write our possible outcomes. Now, going back to the question, sabi po dito, what are the favorable outcomes for T? Okay, at yung una is determine the sample space of the experiment. Unahin po muna natin yung sample space. So, in our sample space, we just need to write down all the possible outcomes. Dito, we also have here head, head. Okay, ngayon gagamitin natin yung letters lang para mas maiksi siya isulat. So, we have here 2 heads, head and tail and head, and 2 tails. And for our question, for the answer of our question here, what are the favorable outcomes for A? Ano po ba yung event A? A is the event where the coins turn up the same. Okay? Ano po yun? It can only be 2 heads and 2 tails. Ito po yung favorable outcomes of event A. Okay, example number 2. We have here, suppose a fair coin is tossed and a fair die is rolled. Determine the sample space and the favorable outcomes for the event A. The event of tossing a tail and rolling an odd number. Okay, so ano po yung ating experiment dito? it's tossing a fair coin at the same time a fair die. Okay, so dalawa po, no? Nag-roll tayo ng die at nag-toss tayo ng coin. Now, determine the sample space and the favorable outcomes for event A. Ano po yung event A? The event of tossing a tail and at the same time rolling an odd number. Okay? So let's now represent the following outcomes. Paano po yon? Here we can use a tree diagram. Okay, so in our tree diagram, we can start with the coin. So pag nag-toss tayo ng coin, pwedeng dalawa ang possibility. It can be a head or a tail. Next, pag nag-roll na tayo ng die, ito na yung ating second experiment. Nag-roll tayo ng die. So pwedeng madaming possibility. Ilan po ba ang possibility or outcomes if we roll a die? There are actually 6. Okay, so magbo-branch out yan from the first outcome in tossing a coin. So, we can have the die is 1, 2, pwede ring 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, dito rin po sa ating tail, pwede rin pong mag-branch out yan into 6 possible outcomes. Therefore, our outcome, yung summary natin, we can have the first one is head and then followed by a 1 dot on the die. Okay, what else? H2, pwede rin pong H3, H4, H5, and H6. Next, ito rin po, pag tail ang nakuha natin sa coin, and then sa die, we have 1, we can have T1. Kapag 2 naman po sa die, we can have T2, T3, T4, T5, and T6. Okay, ito po lahat yung mga possible outcomes natin. Okay, to write our final answer, we have here the first one. For the sample space, we have H1 to H6, yung mga elements natin. And then, we have T1 to T6. Okay, ito po lahat yung outcomes. Next, for the event A, ano yung event A? The event of tossing a tail and rolling an odd number. Okay, so dito po sa ating outcomes, alin po dito yung event na nag-toss tayo ng tail? Of course, dito lang po siya under tail. So we have here T1 to T6. Pero ang hinahanap natin is rolling an odd number. Okay, so ano po yung mga odd numbers dito? We have 1, 3, and 5. Therefore, our answer is A is equal to T1, T3, and T5. Ito po yung ating sagot. Okay, example number 3, we have here, list all possible 3-digit numbers that can be formed using the digits 1, 2, and 3, allowing repetition of digits. Then, determine the total number of such numbers. Alright, so we have here digit 1, 2, and 3. Ano yung mga possible combinations na pwedeng mangyari from these 3 digits? Na pwede po yung repetition of digits, ha? Madami po yan. So, the method that we're going to use now is what we call the systematic listing pa rin. Pero this time, we will now be using a table. Pwede po tayong gumawa ng simple table just to organize our outcomes, no? Para mas madali nating maintindihan. We can divide the table into 3 columns. Bakit po? We can have 1 for the first column, 2 sa second column, 3 sa third column. Ito po yung mga first digits natin. At ano po yung ililista natin? 3-digit numbers. Okay? Na gumagamit ng mga numbers na ito, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, we can have for the first column, we can have lahat ng mga 3-digit numbers na nagsisimula sa 1. So, we can start with 111. Okay, followed by 112, followed by 113. Ano pa po? Okay, 121. Okay, hindi po tayo gagamit ng 4 ha, kasi nga hanggang 3 lang po yung number natin. So, ang papalitan lang natin is yung 1 sa gitna. So, magiging 2 na siya. So, 121. Ano pa po? 122. Ano pa? 123. Okay? And we can also have 131, 132, and 133. Okay? So, nauulit-ulit po yung mga numbers 1, 2, 3. Pero magkakaiba po yung kanyang arrangement at yung combination. Okay? Next, we have here 2. Okay, yung first digit niya is 2. Ano yung unang pwede nating isulat dito? We can have 211. What else? 212, 213, 221, 222, 223, 231, 232, and 233. Okay? Meron pa po ba? Wala na. Next, for 3. First digit is 3. We can start with 311. What else? 312, 313, 321, 322, and 323, 331, 332, and 333. Okay, so ito po lahat yung mga possible combinations using 1, 2, and 3 numbers. Now, going back to our question, first is i-determine natin ilista na po natin. Second is i-determine natin yung total number of such numbers. So ilan po pwede outcomes? All in all, there are 27 possible combinations. Okay, next. This is a follow-up question sa ating example number 3. Using the same list, let R be the event in which the digits of a 3-digit number are not repeated. What are the possible favorable outcomes for R? Ano po yung pwedeng outcome na hindi nauulit-ulit yung mga numbers? Hindi pwedeng ganito, nauulit-ulit yung 1. Hindi rin pwedeng ganito, 1, 1, 2, naulit pa rin po yung 1 dyan. So, dapat unique lang po yung numbers, no? So, yun po yung subset from this sample space. Yun po yung event na kailangan nating isulat. So, we can have from the first column, magtingin po tayo ng combinations na walang nauulit na number. Okay, we can have, the first one is, we can have this one, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, unique po lahat ng elements dyan, lahat ng numbers. Ano pa po? We can also have this one, 1, 3, and 2. Okay? Next, wala na po dito sa first column. Sa second column, meron po ba? Let's see, we have here 2, 1, 3. Yes. Okay, ano pa po? We also have here 2, 3, 1. Okay. And wala na po. Next, sa third column, ano po yung numbers dito na hindi nauulit ang bawat digit? We have 3, 1, 2, and 3, 2, 1. Okay? Meron pa po ba? Okay, wala na. Therefore, our answer is the elements of event R is 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and lastly, 3, 2, 1. So there are how many possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 possible outcomes for our event R. Okay, example number 4, we have here a student rolls 2 fair dice, determine all the possible outcomes, and identify the favorable outcomes for getting a sum of 8. Okay, so ilang die po ang involved dito? There are 2 dice. Okay, so let's list down all the possible outcomes. Okay, ano pong magandang gamitin? Pwede tayong gumamit ng systematic listing. Kasi kapag gagamit po tayo ng tree diagram, medyo mas mahirap kasi mas madami tayong space na kakailanganin. But for systematic listing, we can just make use of a table. So ilang columns po ang nandito? We have here 6 columns. Bakit? Remember, in a die, there are 6 possible outcomes. So it can be 1, it can be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, under these 2 possible outcomes, since dalawa po yung die na iro-roll natin, yung pangalawang roll is pwedeng paiba-iba po ng kanyang outcome. So, we can have from the first column, we have pwedeng 1 nasundan ng 1 sa isa pang die. Pwede rin pong 1, 2. Pwede rin 1, 3. And then 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 6. Okay? Now, kapag ang first roll naman po natin is 2, pwedeng sa susunod na roll masundan po ng 1. Pwedeng masundan ng 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ganon din po dito sa 3. We have 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, hanggang 3, 6. Ganon din po pag ang first roll natin is 4, masusundan yan ng 1 or 2, 3, hanggang 6 po sa second roll. Ganon din po sa 5 and 6. So, ito po lahat yung mga possible outcomes natin. Next, determine all the possible outcomes and identify the favorable outcomes for getting a sum of 8. Alin po sa ating outcomes, ang pag pinag-add natin, ang magiging result niya is 8. So let us identify. Let's go over the following columns. First column, meron po ba dito na pag pinag-add mo yung results nilang dalawa, magiging 8? Okay, wala. Sa second column, meron po ba? Okay, meron po, which is 6, and 2. If you add this together, magiging 8. Okay? Next, sa third column, meron po ba? Okay, yes, meron po, which is 3 and 5. If you add them, magiging 8. Okay, sa fourth column, meron po ba? Yes, 4 and 4. Fifth column, meron po ba? Yes, it is 5 and 3. And then last column, meron po ba? Yes, we have 6 and 2. Okay, so lahat po ito po yung mga possible outcomes ng ating event. Therefore, our event is equal to, pwedeng combination ng 2 and 6. O gagamit po tayo ng parenthesis sa loob ng braces. Ano pa po? 3 and 5. What else? 4 and 4. Next, 5 and 3. Next, 6 and 2. So ito po lahat yung mga possible outcomes ng ating event. Okay, we're in getting a sum of 8. Alright, for our last example, we have here the problem. In a certain day, a karinderya offers 2 types of rice. So una, plain rice, and yung isang option is garlic rice or yung tinatawag nating sinangag, no? They also serve 3 types of dish. Yung una is daing na bangus, second is tinola, and then sinigang na isda. Ito po yung mga ulam na ino-offer nila during that day. Now, how many different meal combinations can a customer choose if they pick one ulam and one type of rice? How many includes fish? Okay, so dalawang question po ang kailangan nating sagutan. Una is, how many different meal combinations all in all? And then from those combinations, how many of them includes fish? Okay, so paano po natin to isusulat? Paano natin isusulat yung mga outcomes? Anong mas magandang gamitin? Can we make use of table or tree diagram? Pwedeng both. But for me, I'm going to use the tree diagram. Alright? So the first option is rice. Dalawang pagpipilian. It can be P, stands for plain rice. And then G stands for garlic rice. Okay? Next, after choosing a rice, we can also choose the viand or yung ating dish, no? By the way, ang viand po, ibig sabihin niyan is ulam sa Filipino English. But in standard English, we can use dish, no? Pwede pong gumamit ng letter D to represent daing na bangus. Ano pa po? Letter T to represent tinola. And letter S to represent sinigang na isda. Okay, pag pinili naman po natin is garlic rice, ganun din po yung options. Pwedeng D, T, or S. Okay, so what are our possible outcomes or yung meal combinations natin? We can have PD, meaning plain rice and daing na bangus. Next, we can also have plain rice and tinola. We can also have plain rice and sinigang na isda. Kung ang pinili natin is garlic rice, we can have the combinations GD, garlic rice and daing na bangus. What else? GT, garlic rice and tinola. We can also have garlic rice and sinigang na isda. Okay? So these are all our possible outcomes. Therefore, to answer the first question, how many different meal combinations can a customer choose? We can write our sample space. Ito, PD, PT, PS, GD, GT, and GS. All in all, there are 6 possible combinations. Okay, now going back to the second question, how many includes fish? So, alin po dito sa mga itong outcomes na to ang merong isda? Okay, so we have F is equal to PD, okay, plain rice with daing na bangus. PS, plain rice with sinigang na isda. And then GD, garlic rice with daing na bangus. And GS, garlic rice with sinigang na isda. So ito lang po yung mga possible outcomes natin for our event. Okay? There are how many? 4 combinations. Okay? So ito na po. There are 6 meal combinations and 4 include fish. Okay, so yun na po lahat ng mga examples natin for determining the outcomes of an experiment. So I hope meron po kayong natutunan sa mga examples natin. Thank you very much for listening and I hope to see you again on the next lesson. Okay, God bless po sa inyong pag-aaral. See you again on the next video. Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel. para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.